It's a new year, new setup, same Fragstylz. Let's go. Happy 2025 and congratulations to all the winners from last year. Getting this channel up and running was a big goal for me last year. So thank you. I really appreciate the support and the viewership for every single one of you. Like most of you, I am a dad with a full-time job. I just happen to have really expensive hobbies that make me seem sometimes borderline irresponsible, but I promise you, I am not. For the most part at least. And if like me, you're a frag head that like to dress and carry yourself well, you're in the right place. So whatever resolutions you have made for yourself, whatever they may be across the span of your life, I urge you this year to find some time to take care of yourself. Invest in your health and your appearance, because I always say it on this channel, your appearance is your signature. It's how people perceive you. It's how women gauge attraction and how men gauge respect. So as we travel through 2025 together, we will remain focused on the 3 F's: fragrance, fashion, and fitness, because they go hand in hand. You really can't have one without the other. Fragstylz is a movement. It is a movement for the frag head that doesn't just love to wear fragrance, but you love to wear them and wear them well. So with your help, I hope that we could make the necessary moves to connect fragrance, fashion, and fitness together and help us become our best selves in 2025. Now, with all that said, let's get into my top picks from 2024 in 6 different categories that I have personally selected for these fragrances. And we're going to start off with the 2 fragrances that I personally believe were the 2 best releases of 2024. The top 2 releases of last year were 1, the scent Elixir from Hugo Boss, and 2, Fall of Phaeton from Argos. Starting off with Hugo Boss, the scent Elixir. This is a spicy, smooth take on the original Meninka fruit DNA that we have come to know from the house of Hugo Boss. This, in my opinion, is what an elixir should be. You take the original DNA that is the underlying backbone and known DNA of a fragrance, and you make it stronger and better. This is the absolute best flanker in the scent line, and one of the few fragrances that I think actually warrants the title of an elixir. It is a very enjoyable, cool weather fragrance, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed wearing last year and look forward to wearing this year. On to Fall of Phaeton, which is my personal favorite from the house of Argos. What you mostly get from this is warm spiciness with smooth leather and a bit of sweetness in the dry down. It's very versatile, very easy to wear, and has some deal of mass appeal to it for a niche fragrance. And the bottle is just stunning, man. Just look at the presentation on this. Kudos to Argos. Their bottles are likely #1 in the entire fragrance game. And as you've come to expect from the house of Argos, all their fragrances are beast mode performers. This will easily last 10 hours with great projection for the entire life of the fragrance. The next category will be my most worn fragrances of 2024. Now, when I say most worn, please know that I've only worn these fragrances maybe 4 or 5 times. I have a very large number of fragrances, and the fact that I get to wear 1, maybe 5 or 6 times a year, if so much, that's saying a lot. So be it to school or work or just general wear, my 2 most worn fragrances of 2024 are Armani Code Parfum and YSL Myself EDP. So let's start with Myself from YSL. This is a fresh, fruity, aromatic fragrance that is very versatile and very mass appealing. You could literally just pick it up, spray it on, and know that you're covered for whatever your needs may be that day. It has great performance. We're talking longevity in the 6 to 8 hour range with decent projection for about the first 3 hours. And the reason why I went with the Eau de Parfum over the Le Parfum is because when I went to try the Le Parfum version, something about the Le Parfum version reminds me so much of the women's perfume from YSL called Libre. When I sprayed the Le Parfum version of YSL Myself onto my skin, that's what I kept getting. So that's why I went with the EDP instead. And it has been one of my go-tos for the year of 2024. Next up is Armani Code Parfum. This is a bright, fresh, aldehydic iris fragrance that is just simply stunning. You will find this on a lot of best rated lists for 2024 and beyond. This is perfect for the office, perfect for any situations, especially when I know I'm going to have close encounters with patients or family members. This is one of my go-tos. It is not off-putting. I have not met a single person that does not enjoy being around me when I'm wearing this fragrance. It is not a beast mode performer. It doesn't project a lot, but the longevity is there. We're talking 10 to 12 hours of soft projection, and it's just absolutely perfect for intimate or professional situations. And again, that's why it was one of my go-tos for the year of 2024, Armani Code Parfum. So the next category of fragrances will be the most complimented. Now, I don't really wear my fragrances for compliments, but we all agree there are certain fragrances that when you wear them, people can't help but notice and say something about them. Now, for any fragrance to make this category, let alone to win this category, it has to be a great fragrance, because when you have over 1,000 fragrances, you barely get to wear them any amount of time. So for you to remember the amount of compliments or the compliment factor of that fragrance, it must say a lot. So without further delay, my two most complimented fragrances of 2024 were Polo 67 by Ralph Lauren, and the second one was Paramour from Oman Luxury. Starting off with this one, Paramour from Oman Luxury. This is a leather-based fragrance centered around slight spices and caramel. And let me tell you, when you walk around wearing this is an absolute magnet for compliments. I remember literally every stop I made, whether it was to get coffee or to park the car or to get out the building, every opportunity that presented for a compliment, this got it. And again, guys, it pays to dress the part when you wear fragrances like this. This is a stunning scent, and you have to dress the part when you wear this. And my second most complimented fragrance of 2024 is Polo 67. Now, this was kind of a mid to late pickup for me last year, but the two times that I got to wear this, believe me, people were talking, and what they were saying was nothing but positive. This is a fresh citrus floral fragrance that is blind buy safe and crowd pleasing to the max. The only drawback that I see to this fragrance is performance. Not projection in a sense, but longevity. I couldn't smell this after about 6 hours, and when you have long days like I do, you tend to want something that go longer. But finding the right situation to wear this fragrance should not be a problem. It is very mass appealing. Just know that you won't get an all-day performer out of this fragrance. So 3 more categories to go, and the next category was my most surprising wear of 2024. Surprised to the fact that I was surprised that not many people are talking about this fragrance. Surprised to the fact that this fragrance was right under my nose. My initial impressions of it were like, meh, it's okay. But for whatever reason, when I wore it this time, it completely blew my mind. My most surprising wear of 2024 was Parfums de Marly Habdan. Let me tell you, this is serious juice. Amazing performer, big time compliment getter, and just so hidden or covered by the massive selection from the house of Parfums de Marly. But this one stands apart because it is not sweet, it is not cloying, it is not overwhelming. It's just a smooth, woody, masculine, fresh fragrance. If I could pick one of the other Parfums de Marly fragrance that this is closest to, it would be Haute, but it doesn't go all the way in that oud for greatness space. It just retains that slight bit of freshness with fruity sweetness to the edge of it, and it is just such an awesome experience to enjoy. I was very pleasantly surprised and very happy the entire day when I was wearing this fragrance, because it just smells so amazing. It wraps you in your very own little scent bubble, and if anyone comes in close into that space, they will notice and they will have something pleasant to say. Really enjoyed this one. Habdan from Parfums de Marly. It's the complete sleeper of the house and one of the best that they have to offer. In this category, I will discuss the fragrance that was my most challenging wear of 2024, and it is no other than this guy, Rouge Parfum from Guerlain. Now, I love Guerlain. For the most part, everything that they have released, I have picked up, and they have all been amazing, from L'Homme Ideal Extreme, L'Homme EDP, to Guerlain Home, which I really love. Even the limited edition Platine Privé, loved it. But for some reason, this one, I don't quite know how to describe it, but it is, in the first hour at least, this is an ugly fragrance. If you are strong enough, and if you can survive the opening, that first hour where you think you want to wash it off your skin or just scrub it off, or by some intervention remove the area of your skin where you sprayed it, you might want to do that, because this is borderline atrocious in the opening. But if you survive that opening, in about 2-3 hours after it settles down, it is a beautiful leather fragrance, but it was not an enjoyable wear for me. And maybe my nose or my sense of smell or my taste in fragrances still needs some maturing or still has some way to go, but it's very challenging. There is no other way to put it, really. It's vanilla with rum and patchouli, but it just doesn't mix well in the opening, at least. And when you buy a fragrance for upwards of $100, you want to enjoy it from start to finish, and that was not the case for me with Rouge Parfum. So it was my most challenging wear of 2024. Let me know if this was yours too, or if it wasn't, let me know what your most challenging wear of 2024 was. And we have made it to the final category, which is the Fragstylz Approve category. The one that I will be hyping up, or the one that I really enjoyed and really found in 2024 and look to bring it with me into 2025. It's not a new fragrance, but it is one that is barely ever talked about, if at all. And it's one that I promise you need to get on your radar, yeah? This is Ambre Tabac from Daniel Hossier. Now, this fragrance smells like one of the fragrances that I have in my collection, and that is Ojan from Parfums de Marly. This is boozy cinnamon apple pie with like a resinous cherry tobacco underlying those notes, and it is just a beast of a performer. We're talking longevity in the 10 to 12 hour range with great projection the whole time, and the smell is just so enjoyable. It really blew my mind wearing this fragrance, and for the price that I got it for, this is an absolute bargain. The quality that comes out of the house of Daniel Hossier, and I will be doing a full review on the house of Daniel Hossier in a future video. I think I have 5 or 6 of his fragrances, and they are all awesome. But this one in particular is an absolute masterclass. If you can, get your nose on it. This is my best up and coming, or best recommended for 2025, if you want to call it that. Again, it's not a new fragrance, it's been around for quite a while, but if you can actually find this, give it a try and let me know what you think. My Fragstylz Approve or most recommended from 2024 is Ambre Tabac from Daniel Hossier. So again, happy 2025. Thank you for watching. Till next time, stay fresh, stay classic, and I'll see you in the next one.